I did not cry. The film is long, but I loved it. This is a true pan-India film. Hello guys, I'm Nona Prince and today we'll be talking about the latest Kannada film 777 Charlie, directed by Kiranraj. It is an adventure comedy drama. It is a story of self-discovery. Now don't relate me not crying to movie not being good. I'm a person with a heart of stone and I generally don't cry. I would love to, but it just doesn't happen. My biggest worry going in was will there be subtitles or not, because the film is only available near me in Kannada, that's it. And that to just one show a day. So I just braced myself and thank God there were subtitles. But honestly, after watching the film, even if they were not there, I wouldn't have minded because it's all about the visual storytelling. It's all about the emotions which don't need language. Because the co-star of the film is a dog. First, I have to come to the writing, which is the strongest part of the film. It is so well written, it is so convincing because the film takes its time to build up the relationship between a man and a dog, which is very important because it all depends on it. And it's done so organically that by the half time you already care about both of them. The thing is, it's a commercial film and with that comes compromises. As Bharadwaj Rangan has termed it, commercial compulsions. That you need to add something or the other which don't really work for the story, but because it's a commercial film you have to pander to the audience. But this film doesn't do that and that's why I love it. Except the ending maybe, but we'll come to that later. There are so many points in the movie where I felt, okay, now they'll take the traditional route because it's a commercial film. But no, the film surprises me. Every time I felt maybe this scene is not working, but by the end of the scene, they hit it out of the park. Technically, I think the film is very well done. Arvind Kashyap captured the visuals beautifully. They have traveled a lot for it. They have spent money. There are a few VFX scenes which are quite obvious. But again, it's not about those scenes, so it doesn't really matter. Nobin Paul's music was amazing. There were so many songs, some in English, some in Kannada, some in Hindi. So that was quite refreshing. Now coming to the second strongest thing about the film, the performances. I've seen some Hollywood films on dogs, but none of them has touched me like this one did. Maybe because in those films, even the dogs were acting with subtleness, and Indian acting is all about showing those emotions. And in this film, Charlie was giving me emotions. I could feel, I could see his emotions. It was depicting it. And I was shocked, like, how did they pull this off? How did they shoot it? It was not that just the actor was acting with the dog. Both of them were acting, were emoting, and it was hitting here. Rakshit Shetty nailed it, his best performance for me. With good writing, you also need good performance, which is convincing. And with both of them on screen, I could feel it. That is so important. Otherwise, the film just falls flat. But their performances were so good, they elevated the script. The film has direct references to Dharmraj Yudhishthir and his journey to heaven with a dog. The whole arc for Dharma was so good, from a guy who doesn't care about anything, who has a traumatic past, is lucky to be embraced by a soul who takes him on a journey. He explores his life and finally embraces it. Throughout the movie there was a lot of humor, there was a lot of emotions, and we were just going through that over and over again. At no point I felt bored. The inclusion of other characters in the film was so organic, with Raj B, Sangeetha, Bobby Simha. All of them didn't take anything away from the main plot, they actually added more to it. Now definitely the film is long, you can feel it when you're watching it. There were times where they were stretching the moments which could have been cut down, but it's never a problem for me. I can watch a whole web series of them going on different adventures because I'm sold on the relationship. The film also talks about stepping out of your house and exploring life, which personally I'm not a big fan, but after watching the film even I feel like going out. Coming to the ending, I felt they just kept going on. It would have been more impactful if they have cut short, but it still works. Now do wait when the credits show up because there's additional footage shown. In my theater, everyone just walked away and I was the only one remaining and I saw the footage and it was quite heartwarming, so do stay back. Alright, now I want to talk about spoilers, so if you haven't seen the movie, go watch it and then come back. I want to talk about few moments from the film. The first one is the breeder who had all these dogs caged in, and that's where Charlie runs from in the beginning of the film. We see that scene in the beginning of the film and we never go back to it for a long time until after the interval. Hopefully it's not like a villain and the whole second half is about that, but the way they dealt with it was really well done. They quickly went through it and moved on to the main storyline, and I was very happy about that. Now coming to the dog show, I was wondering, in a film like this, how do you build up to a big climax? It was not really a climax, it was more of pre-climax, but a big event in the film. Now the way the dog show was going on, I was not sure where the film is going, like what it's trying to do here. But then when we finally see the whole act Dharma and Charlie put forth, It's more enduring than, to see those dogs doing the stunts, which is just, physical training. But with both of them, you see the emotional connect they have. He was moving around and Charlie was following him. That was their connection. That was their bonding. And that's a real representation of a relationship between a man and a dog. And I love that scene. Now, the moment we get to know that she's pregnant, I think I read that they said the kids are dead. And then we see Dharma crying, and that was a powerful moment. But then at the end, she delivers a pup. And I was like, didn't she said they're dead? Like, I didn't get that. Maybe I misread it. I had some mixed thoughts on that. Like, what if, she just went? She didn't leave anyone behind for Dharma. Isn't that more closer to reality? And isn't that the message you want to give? That even if someone leaves you, remember them for what they were, the time you spent. The famous line from WandaVision, what is grief if not love persevering? So I felt having a junior Charlie doesn't really serve that purpose. It feels more like replacement. But maybe just my thoughts. Again, I think it's a commercial film. You need to, have something happy because it's quite a sad ending. And after Charlie passes away, there's more 5 minutes of things happening. And I personally feel that, you should end on an emotional high. And if you want to give a closure, you can show those scenes during the credits. But those are my personal thoughts. Even what we got works fine. But what do you think about the film? Let me know in the comments below. If you haven't watched it yet, check out my ASN review. If you enjoyed this video, like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.